What's good, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Michael, and today we're going to be teaching you how to do your very first pull-up. Now, we're breaking this into two categories, and after I say these two categories, please don't click away, because they're going to seem very obvious, but I'm going to give you further details on it. You're going to think, well, I already knew that. Thanks for the help, Michael. Well, clearly you don't, because I could do well over 20, and you're still working on one, which is fine. But maybe I have something to teach you that you don't know already. So the first thing we're going to do, obviously, is increase our strength. Strength overall will help, but specifically our back strength. The second thing we're going to be doing is going to be left until the end of the video to make sure that you watch it, or, at least skip to the end. Alright, let's get into it.
It doesn't make us strong, it doesn't make us weak. Tongue tied to service like sharp preteens.
Alrighty, now let's talk about how to increase your strength. Like I said, increasing your strength is great. Of course, you're going to be stronger when you increase your strength, but you want it to be specific to that mode of exercise. So, in other words, increasing your bench press, but benching a lot, is not going to increase your pull-up strength, alright? It needs to be mode specific. Now, you might be asking, well, I can't even do one pull-up. How can I increase my back strength by doing pull-ups? That doesn't even make sense. Listen here. There's a couple exercises that I highly recommend. I've seen one individual, well, I've seen multiple individuals, but one individual in particular that couldn't even do one pull-up, and now he can do over 5. Okay? What he did are these exercises, so you have to take them seriously. And like I said, your mode has to be specific, but you also need to make it a priority. So if you're doing an upper-lower body split, put these in the beginning of your upper body workout, okay? So the first exercise is going to be inverted row. You've probably seen this before. This is essentially where you have the barbell on the spotter arms, and you essentially just pull your chest up to that barbell, and you control it back down. You're not just dropping, okay? The easier version is when your feet are at a 90-degree angle, and to make it harder, you just put your feet out, and you can even elevate your feet and put a weighted vest on if you want to make it even harder. If you can't do that, that is fine. We also have another exercise. That exercise is seated row. A Jeff Nipper video, which I'll put right here, explains that actually the seated row has been shown to have more activation, not just in the rhomboids and traps, but also the latissimus dorsi, which are well known as the lats.
A 2004 paper by Lehman et al. Found rows to be just as effective at recruiting the lats as lat pulldowns, but they were actually better for trap and rhomboid activation.
So we're doing seated row, we're doing inverted row, and the third one, you've guessed it, is lat pull down. Why lat pull down? Well, lat pull down is the closest thing to replicating the pull-up without actually doing a pull-up, okay? Now, we have those three, which are great, but let's say you wanna actually, be able to do pull-ups, and you've been doing those three, and that's great, but you want more work. You're a hard worker. So I got 2 more exercises for you. The first one is called a negative. Alright, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to have like a box on the ground. You're going to step up on that box, so you're already here on the pull-up bar, and then you're going to pick your feet up, and you're going to lower down slowly until you're fully extended. Put your feet back down, reset, and then you're going to do it again. So you're just doing the eccentric portion. You're not actually pulling up, you're just controlling it down. Okay, that's the first one. If you don't have a box, that's fine. In this video that I'm overlaying right now, you can see me just jumping straight up to the top. Make sure when you're doing this that you're jumping high enough that you can actually start where your chest is at that bar. I see a lot of people when they do this, they'll jump, but they don't jump high enough, and they'll actually start where the bar is already over their chin. Okay, now the second one, which might be even an easier variation, is the assisted pull-up. So the assisted pull-up is going to consist of essentially a pad that you're either going to step on or put your knees on, and you can adjust the weight, and what it does is it helps you come up. So you adjust the weight accordingly, you'll come up like a normal pull-up, it's going to help you, and then you're gonna control the way down. And you're gonna repeat that for 5 to 10 reps. Now, these are the most basic exercises, yes, but they are also the most effective exercises at increasing your pull-up strength. Right here, I will list the order of difficulty that I believe. And yeah, so now the second thing, so that was increasing your strength specific to the exercise. The second aspect that I left as a hanger till the end, a lot of you are gonna hate this, lose weight, right? Pull-ups are a calisthenic exercise. What that means is it's a body weight exercise. So a gentleman can bench 400 pounds, which is a lot more than me, but he might not be able to do more push-ups than me because he's got a big old gut and he can't move his body around. Does that make sense? So there's a difference between absolute strength, how much weight you can move, and relative strength, how much you can move relative to your own body weight, okay? So your back can be jacked, you could be super strong, but if you're slugging around 350 pounds, you're gonna have a hard time pulling yourself up to that bar, let alone multiple times. So lose weight. How do you lose weight? It's all in the diet. All in the diet. Your diet doesn't need to be restricted, okay? I've made videos on this. Other people have made videos on this. If you want to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. Take in less than you're spending in a day. Now, I can make a video on this alone if you're interested, but the way you would do this, that I would recommend you do this, is you go on your phone, right, your smartphone, assuming you have a smartphone. If not, go on your computer, and you would go to an app, let's say MyFitnessPal, right? I'll put the name right here. One of the more common ones. Everything that you eat, you track it right away. You don't wait till the end of the day because you'll forget to track something. You put it in there right away. And you're gonna do that for a whole week, 7 days, that's it, 7 days, that's all I need. Put it in for 7 days. You're gonna average your caloric intake over those 7 days, okay? Once you average your caloric intake for those 7 days, so you're just gonna add all the numbers up and divide by 7 if you did 7 days. If you did 5 days, divide by 5, okay? When you do that, it's gonna spit out a number. What I want you to do is I want you to take that number and subtract 300. That is now your goal for your caloric intake. If you start eating that many calories a day, you will start losing weight. Don't track your weight every single day because it's gonna drive you insane. Your water weight or whatever, it's gonna go. But if we zoom out, if you start tracking, let's say 20 days in a row, it's gonna look like this. The squiggly line, like I said, but overall, it's gonna be downhill, right? Downhill. That's what we want. So increase your strength, your back strength, and practice the mode of the exercise, which is the pull-up. And you also want to lose weight, so you cannot just increase your absolute strength, but your strength relative to your own body weight. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I got for this video. If you did enjoy it, please smash that thumbs up button, or just, you can gently touch it. And subscribe down below for more videos. If you're not getting notifications, that's because you haven't hit the bell yet. That's all I got for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you in the next one. Peace.
We playing chess while they playing checkers. They send the checks, but nobody check us. Know what I'm saying? You know I ain't playing.